Hey y'all, so in today's video we're going to talk about the similarities between the Turkish and Korean languages and their grammar structures. So this is going to be a really brief video and I just want to make a few points or several points. So here are the grammar features that are similar in both languages. They have the basic word order is similar, so the subject, object, verb order is similar. So instead of I eat an apple, they say I apple eat, and so forth. The agglutinative structure is the same. So they add suffixes to words to make them more descriptive. So if you have, for instance, house, ev in Turkish, if you add lerinde, it's in my houses. If you have Korean, 집 is house. If you say 집들에서, it's in houses. So suffixes add meaning. Next, we have case markers. These are similar to suffixes. They kind of are, but they describe location. So for instance, going back to ev, house in Turkish, if you have eve, that's to house. Evden is from house. Sorry, it's itchy. Chibe is to house. Chibeso is from or at house. So similar grammatical endings. You have pronoun dropping. So instead of saying ben geliyorum, I am coming, you just say geliyorum, am coming. Instead of nawayo, I am coming, you say wayo, am coming. So the subject is often omitted. Questions are similar. No word order change is needed. So geldin mi wassayo. So it just adds a change of tone to the sentence to make it into a question. So instead of saying geldin mi or wassayo, which means I am here, you say geldin mi or wassayo, and then that will change the sentence to a question. Relative clauses. The clause comes before the noun. So instead of saying I saw a man, you say man I saw. So in Turkish it'd be gördüm adam. And in, again, the what is it called? Let me look it up real quick. Give me a minute. Yumuşak. I missed that, so I thought it was just a normal G because there's a bunch of umlauts. Let me see what the umlaut is called in Turkish. Sorry, this is a bit of a distraction, but it's necessary. I think they still are called umlauts. Okay, so relative clauses. A clause comes before the noun. So instead of man I saw, you say, or instead of I saw a man, you say man I saw. So gördüm adam or 내가 본 남자. Okay, and postpositions. Relationship words follow the noun. So after school would be okuldan sonra, school after. 학교 후에, school after. So the words are flipped. There are no grammatical genders in Turkish or Korean, so it's very similar. So he, she, or it in Turkish is all o, and in Korean there is no gendered nouns. Next we have possession. So possession is marked on the noun. So evim is my house. 제 집 is my house. So you add the little possession marker. Verb tense endings are also similar. So we have verb endings that carry tense. So we have, for instance, I came, geldim in Turkish, and wassayo in Korean. I don't quite understand that one. Verb endings carry tense. Oh, so it just tells you instead of I come, it's I came. So it, it varies. I could do another video on that. So just keep that in mind. The endings show tense positions. Okay, we have two more. So we have politeness levels. We have formal versus informal speech. So we have gel versus gelin, wa, was, 오세요. So come, 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 come. But one's formal and one's informal. Lastly, we have topic markers. So the topic is prominent in their structure. So let's see. I don't really understand this one either, but the example is Ben ise, as for me, or chonen, as for me. So in this case, the topic, I think it's like categorizing a sentence. So if you have a long worded descriptive sentence, you have parts of the sentence that are categorized into a topic. I think that's what they mean. Okay, so let's go over a few examples. So we have I go to school. In Turkish, it'd be ben okula giderim. Korean, you'd say 저는 학교에 가요. And if you directly translate that, it'd be I school go. I go to school. Or I school to go. There we go. That is the grammar pattern. Next example, I want to eat. yemek istiyorum. 먹고 싶어요. Eat, I want to. Next, we have I saw the man. 아담이 gördüm. 남자를 봤어요. The man I saw. Next, we have the book I read. okuduğum kitap. 내가 읽은 책. I read, or I that read book. Something like that. Lastly, we have I am studying Turkish. Türkçe çalıyorum. Çalışıyorum. Sorry, that word is really hard. It came up yesterday too. Türkçe çalışıyorum. 터키어를 공부해요. 터키어를 공부해요. Turkish, I am studying. Okay, so if you read Turkish or Korean, like long sentences or poetry, something like that, it's very lyrical, it's very poetic. It's very beautiful to read because the grammar structure is just very beautiful in that sense. It's kind of like Old English where you read like British English and the words are a little bit out of order, but it just sounds so lyrical. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's very nice. We're going to end on this paragraph, so let me just read this to you. This is one of the reasons Turkish speakers often find Korean sentence structure surprisingly familiar, and vice versa. The biggest differences are that Korean has a much more complex honorific system, while Turkish has a stronger vowel harmony. Just to clarify, let's just clarify that sentence or that paragraph. Clarify honorific system versus vowel harmony. Sorry, so itchy. Okay, so gosh, this is really long, but in short, in Korean, you must consider age, status, and familiarity in your word choice. So for instance, in the word eat, there are different levels of respect. You can say 먹어, which is casual, 먹어요, polite, or 드세요, which is honorific or polite. So that's what they mean by the honorific system. In Turkish, vowel harmony means Turkish suffixes are added to words to change their vowels to match the vowels in the root word. So, for instance, plurals, you would add ler, la, ler or lar. Sorry if I mess up on my Turkish, I'm still learning. Locative suffix in or at, such as de or da or something similar to that. So there are different matching suffixes that you must place with Turkish words. Yeah, so one is primarily a social grammar system, while the other is primarily a sound pattern system. Very cool. So I hope you learned a lot today. We went over the similarities of grammar structures in Turkish and Korean, and also the differences in the honorific system and what was it called? Vowel harmony in Turkish. So yeah, hope you enjoy, and we'll go over more of these videos, and have a good day.